Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 with the Rude Man. We're back on Missouri, Alma, Missouri, or something like that. Let's see if I got things going on the other PC here. There we are. Okay, we're live. All righty. Let's get back out to the field, I guess. We were plowing and putting lime out, all kind of different things. Get the equipment started. Oh, shoot. Doggone it. I keep hitting the wrong damn key. There we go. Trying to turn the GPS on or off, one of the two. Turn it off. Oh, hi Dennis, how you doing? Hope you're well today. Scorpion, how are you? Hope you can hear me. I'm here. Hope you can see me. I'm here. Oh, I've had a rough couple of weeks. All right, this time I'm going to grab the whatcha-digger here. Doing good. Family's doing good. Dennis, thank you for asking. And we can turn the GPS off on this one. Audio video is all good. Thanks, Scorpion. And let's get this thing started. Thank you, Dennis. Scorpion, were you in the office last week, or was that? I've been gone. I've been completely out of it. I haven't even. I haven't even barely left the room. Yeah, the last couple of weeks it's been a tough couple of weeks. Bought 3 fields at the bottom of the map and combined them as I could. Was working on plowing them earlier. At the bottom of the map, huh? That's in front of me, isn't it? I could do that. I have the money. Well, I have some money. Stay out of the ditch. I'll look at that when I get to that point. I'll look at it because somebody asked me if I was going to buy some more land. Although I think it was Tim. Tim said, buy some more land. Yeah, sure. We'll do that someday, somehow. So, it is November. And what do we have? Thanksgiving in 2 days. I keep this room cool because all these computers, I don't need heat in here. I don't keep heat in here. And I have the windows going or open most of the year. So it does get chilly, especially after, when I turn the computers off at night and come in the morning, it's cold. And so I've got a t-shirt on, but this is time of year I put my wool shirts on just for a little warmth. I don't like things buttoned up. JJ! I think that's JJ's favorite one there. So yeah, I do this. I like this because I can open it up if I get too hot. I can just kind of open the shirt up. I got a couple of them. I got this one, and then I got they're like lumberjack clothes. I got one that's red and plaid and all kind of whatever. Where's he going? I guess he knows what he's doing. Can he get stuck in those trees? Probably. Lumberjack Rudy sleeps all night and works all day. He's okay. Yeah, so it's not dress up. I usually put on a nice dress shirt, but or a polo shirt. I very rarely wear t-shirts. I mean, I do around the house. I wear t-shirts and sweats around the house, but I don't live stream with t-shirts on. But like I said, it's winter and it gets kind of. I keep it cool in here. No heat. Thanksgiving. By the way, I won't be doing a live stream on Thursday because we generally have Thanksgiving dinner about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Is generally when we do. We're usually, as we're cooking in the morning, we're usually snacking. We don't eat breakfast, so we'll get up and start cooking, and it's a team effort. And we're usually snacking while we're doing that, some kind of vegetables or something. And then we usually eat about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And that way, we can let everything settle and eat again in the evening. You know, leftovers, nothing better. So we'll put all the food away after Thanksgiving dinner, and then we'll get it out in a couple hours and hit it again. As a matter of fact, we're not doing a turkey this year. We generally do a turkey, but there's no one in my family, Carol or I, or the kids, and even the grandkids, that we don't do. What's going on? We don't do dark meat. Nobody does. So I wonder if I can do this. Let's go into setup. Let's do lime and do that. Throw it that way. There we go. Finish this off this way. We don't do dark meat, so generally we have a lot of the turkey that doesn't get eaten because we don't eat the dark meat. But we have friends that do, and so they always call, "Are you bringing us your dark meat this year?" Sure, no problem. This year we decided to just go with turkey breasts because it's easier and that kind of thing. So we got 2 of those instead of a big old turkey. Yeah, Scorpion's mentioning that. We've done that in the past. We've done that. But here's what usually happens. We get ready for Thanksgiving and we go shopping. And we spend enough money that generally the grocery stores that we shop at will give you a free turkey if you spend X amount of money. Like if you spend $150, you get a 20-pound turkey for free. And that's usually what we do. And so we'll go with turkey. Well, Carol missed it this year by about $45 because she'd already been shopping, and so we didn't get a free turkey this year. But that was okay because we weren't planning on doing a full turkey this year because it's a lot more. Excuse me, it's a lot more work. And Carol and I are getting old enough; we're getting tired of doing all the work. It takes us 2 or 3 days to get Thanksgiving dinner ready because nobody helps. It's just us doing it. And Carol just said, we're just getting too old to do that much work. So we decided just to do some turkey breasts, mashed potatoes. They're easy. Just boil potatoes, mash them up, and go with that. Oh, goodness gracious. I had a long day yesterday and woke up at 4 o'clock and got up and then didn't get to bed till last night about close to midnight. And was a long day. And I didn't take a nap. Usually I take a nap. I didn't yesterday. I went to bed, like I say, just shy of midnight. And I didn't wake up till 8 o'clock. That's really sleeping in for me. I generally get up about 6 at least, 5 to 6 o'clock. So sleeping into 8 o'clock was sleeping in. And it kind of ruined my day because about 5 minutes ago I didn't realize it was 1 o'clock. Fortunately, I'd already had lunch, a little bit of lunch at noon. But I wasn't thinking that it was Tuesday. And so it wasn't until about five minutes before the live stream started, I thought, oh my God, I got a live stream. And I quickly had everything set up. Andy's in the house. Game hen and sweet potatoes. Did you hunt the game hens yourself? Or did you buy some game hens? And by game hens, are you talking about quail, pheasant? What kind of game are you having? We used to go quail hunting all the time. You call them grouse quail. There's different chuckers. We'd call them chuckers. There's so many different names for those where we come from. We were always chucker hunting. They're just quail, though. You bought them? That's fine. That's the only way to get them. That's the best way to get them. That way you don't have to pick buckshot out of them. If you've got any left. If you don't blast them all to hell and sitting there picking buckshot out of them, you know. So at any rate, again, I won't be live streaming because we'll be eating right about the time I have to live stream. And so that's not going to work. But hey, it's Thanksgiving. I'll be thinking about you while I'm chowing down. I'll be thinking about chowing down. I really don't eat like I used to. I used to sit down at taco night and eat about 5 tacos. Now I can barely get one in. Maybe 1.5. We'd have a big pot of stew and I'd eat a couple bowls. Not anymore. I eat about a half a bowl now, and that's enough. And I only eat 2 meals a day. I eat lunch and dinner, and I barely eat dinner anymore. I'm just not hungry. Sometimes when I get up, I'll be hungry in the morning because, again, I don't eat breakfast. Sometimes I'm hungry in the morning, not very often, sometimes, and I'll just have a hot cup of tea, and that just kind of takes it. That kind of takes it away. So, well, let's see, what do I do here? Let me back this booger up. I found a family, a YouTube page of a family, young family. They're 4th generation, I think, farmers. Maybe I got that wrong. I just found them today. But they do potatoes. They're in Maine, and it's Bell Farming, Belle, I think. Wife's busy making pies. I want a pie. We bought a big pumpkin pie from Costco yesterday. I had a little sliver of it last night. Pie, I like pie. Uh-oh, it's nap time. I got a new Baldur's Gate out today. I changed characters. I took the character that I was live streaming, brought it over, and caught up to where I had the other videos. I explained in the video that I really thought I would get more views if I did a live stream, but I didn't. I didn't get any more views. The only difference is a live stream is 720 to 1080p. 1080p is the best I can do a live stream. And that's not good enough for what I want. I'm making videos for posterity so my kids and grandkids can watch them when I'm gone. I want them to be good quality. And so I went back to making Baldur's Gate videos instead of live streaming. But I got used to playing the character I was live streaming and liked it better than the character that I was videoing. Plus the fact I'm role playing a little bit, and it's hard to role play a female character, so I switched to a male character when I did the live stream. And so I decided, well, I'll take the guy from the live stream who was close to being where the other character was when I stopped recording a couple weeks ago. And it only took me maybe an hour to get them synced up to where I had done everything with the male character as I had done in the videos with the female character. So we were right exactly in the same spot. The only difference is that I've got a couple hundred hours in the game now, where when I was recording the female character, I just started. I didn't know anything about the game. I didn't know anything about how to level the characters, any of that. What kind of armor to wear. I didn't know any of that. So now I do know a little bit more. So this new character, well, it's not a new character, but the live stream character is leveling faster because I've got better armor. I know about what armor to wear and what spells to get and how to level up. I'm doing multitasking, not multitasking, character skills, jobs. So instead of taking a fighter from level 1 to level 12, I'm taking a fighter at level 1, switching to a magic user, and then back to fighter, maybe putting a little bit rogue stuff in there. So I'm custom making the characters so that they have other skills besides just being a fighter. And it makes them stronger and more versatile. Hey Rob, how you doing? Your wife's making pecan pie, eh? I might like a pecan pie. I just never had one. Carol had a little pecan pie that she bought. It was just like a tart, in the store. A little pie about this big. It was a pecan pie. I never had one. I like I said, I may like it. I don't know. I guess I should try it. Rob says he's doing good. Are you out of school now? You are. You must be. It's Thanksgiving in 2 days. Can you believe Thanksgiving's here already? I cannot. It's happened so fast. Blue ribbon, eh? I think I heard you say that a couple weeks ago, or a week ago. Hey, we got mead coming up, if it works.
All right.
All right. So anyway, yeah, I got a new farmer to watch. It's interesting. They don't do just potatoes. They do potatoes and corn and a couple other crops that I didn't pay attention. I only found them about 10 minutes before the live stream started, so I haven't really watched their videos. I just thought it was interesting because I saw somebody doing potatoes. Well, that's interesting. I'm too sleepy to scare, Rob. You can't scare me anymore. I'm half asleep. God, I had a dream last night that woke me up. You guys know I've got some kind of I don't know what to call it. It's an unusual thing where I can lucid dream. I know I'm dreaming, and you can talk to me while I'm dreaming, and I listen. But my dreams are very vivid sometimes. And last night, I was walking in a pasture, I guess you could call it, and there were some woods up above the pasture, and out of the woods came a cougar and is running towards me downhill. I can't get away from it, and it's attacking me, and I'm just kicking and fighting in the bed. I've got some kind of a syndrome where most people, when they dream, they don't move. You just sleep and you don't move. Your body freezes up when you're sleeping and won't allow you to move. So if you're playing football and somebody throws a ball at you, you're catching it in your dream, but body isn't moving. In my case, it doesn't work. And if somebody throws me a ball, I'm jumping out of bed to run and catch it. So I'm physically moving. So when I'm getting attacked by this cougar, I'm just kicking like crazy. And I can hear Carol. I scared her. Usually I don't scare her. Usually when I'm dreaming, she'll just say, "Rudy, wake up," or "Rudy, stop," or just "Rudy." She'll just say, "Rudy," and I stop because I'm a lucid dreamer. I know that I'm dreaming, or I've got an idea that I am, or I'm aware that I am. And I'm also a very light sleeper. So all Carol has to do is say, "Rudy," and I know I'm having a fitful dream, and that's all it is. And I stop. At the time I was getting eaten by the cougar, I thought it was friggin' real, and I was fighting for my life. And it scared her so bad because I was the whole bed was rocking. I was kicking so hard and fighting and clawing at this cougar to keep from getting eaten alive. And I heard Carol kind of scream a little bit, "Oh my God, Rudy, stop!" And because you got to remember, I may think she's the cougar. So I immediately then know I'm dreaming, and I stop. And I just roll over. And sometimes I'll even comment. In this case, she screamed at me. I stopped. I rolled over, and I said, "Sorry, I didn't want to be eaten by that cougar." And I went back to sleep. Well, I never woke up. I went back to a different dream. So lucid dreaming's handy, though, because if something happens to me in a dream, I'll say, "Hell no, I'm in control," and I'll back the dream up and do something different because I know what's going to happen to me in a minute. So, like if I'm in a knife fight in my dream, I think, "Hell no, I'm in control." I'll back the dream up, grab myself a big handgun, and come back in firing. You know, it's that kind of lucid dreaming that I can control my dreams. I can control what happens to me. Those kind of dreams when you fall off a cliff, I stop in the middle, halfway down, and think, I know I'm in control of this dream, and I turn myself into Superman and fly away. So it's kind of weird. Vikings in the house. Random, how you doing? Not a MILF. No, it was an actual cougar. I can't wait till 2 o'clock. I'm ready for a do. I'm getting more and more where I really need a nap every day. It used to be that once a week I'd have a little bit of a nap. Now I'm talking when I talk a nap, I'm not talking sleeping per se. I'm talking about laying down for 45 minutes, and I might doze off. So, in actuality, I'm trying to do an hour nap.
Oh, yeah.
But it takes me a minute or so to fall asleep, so I maybe get 45 minutes. Cheers, Scorpion. Oh, Rob, are you looking forward to Thanksgiving? Are you a big Thanksgiving person, Rob? And I'm going to ask this, assuming that Lori's not in the chat. Rob, listen to me. I'm assuming your mom's not in the chat. Is your mom a good cook? Be honest. I'm thinking she is. I'm thinking your mom's a good cook. Because she's a good mom. Good moms are good cooks. Andy, how you feeling, buddy? All right, it looks like I missed some plowing up here, so I think I'm going to stop right here and finish that plow job. Oh, I got I replaced the quicker picker upper with the new model. Let me show you. As far as I know, they've not fixed the old quicker picker upper. I haven't checked. So I went and found a new one, and this is what she looks like. Okay, so let's see. What's that? Miner's Creation? Oh, never mind. Okay, that's not it. Forge Wagons, Crypto. Where's the Forge Wagons at? Oh, it would be in the trailer section. Never mind. Is this it? This is it. Okay, it's by Misty Cat Mods. And look at all the stuff it'll do. There's 3 versions of it. There's the X8400W, the Rapide 8400XS, and the XXL. I can't remember which one I'm using. Let me see. I think I just took number 1 because I was just testing it out. And then there's number 2, the XS. I don't know what the difference is. I didn't look. This one said it was a windrower, and that's what I wanted. And then this one is the XXL. So I don't know what the difference is in these, but I'm happy with the first one. I'll check the others out when I get a chance. I just haven't yet. But if we look at it, you got all kinds of color changes you can make. You got tire changes you can make. Right now, at the setting that it's at right now, it does a 500,000 at standard. And if we go to extension, it goes up to 1 million. So it's that. There you go. You just add the extension on the back, and it adds a 500,000 to it. I think that's the one I'm using. Again, I haven't checked the other 2. I suppose I should. Let's see. Let's pull this one up and see what it's all about. It looks the same to me, but look, it's got a pickup system here. You can change the windrower, I think. Yeah. You can take the windrower on and off. I think you can with the other one, too. But it doesn't work. The other one quit working on us. This one is 200,000 at standard. This must be the small version. Or 400,000 with the extension. Okay, so this is the small version. This is the XXL, and it starts off at, oh my God, It starts at 2.5 million at standard and goes to 5 million. Holy crap, a doodle-doo. Oh, I was going to look at the meters. This one's 21 meters in width. The small one is 21. So the width is the same. Yeah, width is the same. So it's just the amount that it holds. All right, and it seems to work really good. I've been using it. So I just made it the same color as the old one. Don't know why. I could have changed the color, just didn't. There's Lori. Did I miss? Oh shoot! I asked Rob a question and I didn't see him answer it. No. Wait a minute. Rob said no. Oh, I'm in trouble now. I don't know if Rob answered me or not. Do you guys know? Did Rob answer the question I asked? Because I'm not going to repeat it because Lori's here. All right, let's drop that. And as you can see, it works perfectly fine. So we'll keep it. Sweet. Okay, what was I doing? I was looking for the plow. Oh, there's Rob. He finally answered. I kind of thought she was. As a matter of fact, well, I think I knew she was. She had to be. Like I said, she's a mom and a good mom, and good moms can cook good. So I figured she was a good cook. And if she isn't, I still think she is. You know, see, it's people you don't really know in real life that you can think anything you want until they prove you wrong. So I just figured she was a good cook. And why am I talking about that? Because it's Thanksgiving in 2 days. And again, I'll repeat again, I won't be here Thursday because I will be eating. We have Thanksgiving dinner or lunch between 1 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon so that we can enjoy another meal with leftovers a couple hours later. So about the time I would normally be live streaming, I will be eating. Do we have a big plow? I do. All right, let's set this thing up. It's already dropped, right? Yes, it is. Okay. Lori says she enjoys it. Lori can cook like a pro chef. Rob says she's a good cook. That's good enough for me. Answering for Rob to protect the innocent. Rob, you only got 1 more year to be innocent. Wait a minute. He's still young. What's he got before he's a teenager? You still got a couple years that you can still be innocent. Once you reach 13, it's all over for you, buddy. Sorry. I don't mind the cooking. It's the cleanup I don't like. So I tend to clean up as I go. So if I use a spoon, I'll rinse it off as soon as I'm done using it. If I know I'm done using it. If I'm making a pot of chili or something and I know I need it to stir, then I'll set it on a little thing that we have that spoons get set on to collect the fluid and not make a mess. I don't know what they call them. Some kind of little cradle that a spoon goes in. I got about 3 or 4 of them in the kitchen. Anyway, as I'm cooking, I'm rinsing stuff off. So let's say I'm making mashed potatoes. I make the mashed potatoes, and I'll select a bowl to put the finished product in, and then I immediately rinse the pot that I cooked the potatoes in, get it cleaned out right then and there. That's the best way. I just, if I don't do that, then it gets away from me and it doesn't get done, and then I spend half my time trying to jackhammer the food off of the plates and stuff, and that's no fun. I'm smelling pie, so I'm still getting hungry. I'm kind of hungry. I didn't eat much for lunch, but I got some snowballs. Carol bought me some snowballs. I got some Triscuits here. Smelling pie. What kind of pie are you smelling? So Scorpion used to be a chef. He knows how to cook this and that and odds and ends and bits and bobs. I've been meaning to ask you English people, what's a bit and a bob? Zebra cakes. Could go steal one. I like those. Is that what they're called? Zebra cakes? The ones that we look at are, hell, I can't remember what they call them. Don't remember. It's a Twinkie with like strawberry swirls on the top or something like that. I can't remember what they call them. That might not be what Scorpion's talking about, but that's what I thought when he said that was a fancy Twinkie. Pink snowballs? I think so. I think they are pink. I don't mind them this time of year. It may be that they're orange because they may be left over from Halloween. Carol tends to buy things that are on sale. Okay, let's put this away, and then we'll finish off. I think they're pink. Zebra cakes are made by Little Debbie's. Okay, so they are different. I was thinking of those Hostess. I just don't remember what they call them. All right, back to this guy. Oh, I turned him off. I thought he was already off. Zingers, that's what I was talking about. Zingers. Thank you, Scorp. Yeah, they're called Zingers. I think they're made by the same company that does Twinkies. Twankies. Have you noticed how small Twinkies are nowadays? They've really made them small, and they don't taste the same. Everybody says it's the same recipe. Doesn't taste the same. They don't taste the same. That's why I've been eating the banana ones, because I never had the banana ones before, and the banana ones taste different. So I don't have anything to compare it to. So I can't say, oh, these don't taste like the same old banana Twinkies, because I never had the others, if there even was such a thing with the old company. For those of you that don't know, the company that made Twinkies went out of business, and their recipe or whatever got bought by a different company. Oh, damn them. See, they don't understand their customers. These people don't understand their customers. And I can tell you what I'm talking about. If they understood their customers, anybody that is eating a double stuffed Oreo is eating them because they are double stuffed. That's why they're eating them. Those people, and I'm one of them, are willing to pay 5 or 10 cents more if they keep the recipe the same, instead of taking it out so they can save money. They don't understand the customer. The customer is willing to pay for something if they really want it. If somebody said your double stuffed Oreos are 10 cents more than they were last week, I don't care. I want my double stuff. Have you ever stopped? Have you ever stopped drinking your favorite soda just because the price goes up? Probably not. I haven't. Yeah, you got to know your customers. There's a reason why people buy the double stuff. If they were cheap, they wouldn't buy the double stuff. They'd buy the regular Oreos if they're cheap. You know, if they're penny pinchers, if they're penny pinchers, they're buying the regular Oreos. They're not buying the double stuffs. It's the connoisseur that buys the double stuff, and they're willing to pay for it. I am. Here's what they do for me when they do crap like that. If Oreo comes out and says, we're cutting the cream out of the middle to save money, I said, you're saving me money because I ain't going to buy them no more. I'll find a different cookie to eat. So there, you just lost a customer with me. Yeah, they make they either do that or they make the box bigger, and they'll put like 10% more on the side of the box. What they're not telling you is the box size is 10% more. You think that the contents is 10% more. That's how marketing works. They got you by the short ears because you don't read the fine print. You think that 10% increase is the amount on the inside when it's actually the size of the box. We just made the box 10% bigger. And look at a bag of potato chips. It's all air. You open it up and there's only half a bag of potato chips. Now I understand maybe why they do that. Potato chips that get knocked around, by the time you open it up, it's dust. So they may fill them with air to protect the potato chip from breaking. That could be. I don't know. I'd like to think that's the case. Paper bags ripping too easy. Same thing. They cheap out on you. But they don't realize that, that if it's something special, I would say if you're going to decrease the cream, decrease it in the regular Oreo, because those people are buying the regular Oreos because they're cheap. They don't want to spend a lot of money. And personally, I like the vanilla Oreo double stuffs better than I like the chocolate. I like the chocolate, don't get me wrong, but I like the vanilla better. And it's funny too because they buy the vanilla for me, and then everybody comes and eats them all, and I get pissed off. Nobody liked these until I did. Now, as soon as I buy them, you eat them all, you boogers. I've been happy this week. I don't know, maybe. I don't know if I've ever been happy. But it's been quiet because Addie's been gone. Addie went to spend time with her other family because they had the funeral for her dad. And so the funeral for her dad was this weekend. And she called me and wanted to know if she could stay a little bit longer. And I said, sure, why not? And so they may keep her through Thanksgiving. I don't know. They've got a big family, and their family all live locally in Portland. So she's going from house to house, learning about her cousins and her aunts and uncles and stuff like that. And so, and of course, she's special. So I happened to call and ask how the Mexican Queen's doing. little Miss Queen. Because they're treating her like a little princess. How's the little Mexican princess doing? All righty. So I got to fix this. Let me fix it real quick. Nobody's watching, are they? Just Andy. Andy's the only one that catches me doing that. Scorpion doesn't care. Remember when they used to take your groceries, and if you were buying canned soup, they would put 2 bags together they double bag it for your protection? They don't do that shit anymore. Cheap boogers. And I guess I can't blame them if they can save money someplace. If you're that worried about it, just do what Carol does. Carol buys these canvas bags and takes them with her to the grocery store and uses her own bags. Well, some grocery stores like Walmart, if you want a Walmart bag, you have to pay extra. I can't remember how much it is, but they ask you when you check yourself out if you're going to use any of their bags, and you say 2, they add like 10 cents a piece for them or something. You guys have little marks by your names. Is that because you're a member now? We had, oh crap, I'm going to get in trouble. I just forgot his name. We had somebody donate some memberships. Damn it, I'm going to be in trouble. Because he just came in the other day, Thursday. Was it Thursday? When did I do the live stream? It was Thursday, wasn't it? Dang it. I hate when I do that. It's not my fault. I don't remember people's names. There's people I've known for 15 years. I can't remember their name if I haven't seen them for a year or 2. I'm in love with zingers. I just forgot what a zinger was called, remember? Scorpion had to remind me. Even something I love, I can't remember the name of. Can't believe Thanksgiving's here already. Just can't believe it. I get a little disillusioned more each year. It used to be I'd start thinking of Thanksgiving at Halloween. Now I don't even think about it till it's here. Christmas doesn't mean anything anymore, really. Now, when I talk about that, people look at me weird. I'm not talking about the reason for the season. I'm not talking about Jesus' birthday. I'm not talking about the holiness of Christmas, what the meaning is. I'm not talking about that. That never changed for me. I'm talking about the commercialism of Christmas. I could live without. We get to the point where Carol and I, we'll just look at each other. You want anything for Christmas? Yeah, we'll go buy it and we'll call it Christmas. Because I don't know what to get for her. We've been married almost 45 years. Do you know how many rings and earrings, rings, jewelry, necklaces? Carol doesn't use makeup or perfume, so I can't buy her that kind of stuff, which is fine with me. I don't like people that overly make up themselves or perfume themselves. I don't like when people bathe in cologne, men or women. It doesn't matter. And I'm talking about. I don't mind that women put a little bit of perfume on. It's not that. I'm talking about the people, and we all know somebody like this. It's either a grandma or an aunt that will take, or a man that'll take the cologne bottle and pour half of it and just drench themselves in it. Or a woman that does the same thing, just pours it everywhere. And then so you see them walking down the street and you see these fumes coming off their body from this, as this perfume is evaporating. It looks like that Peanuts character that had the dirt cloud behind him, only his perfume. It's fumes from them. You've seen these. You've seen it. I know. Everybody's got an aunt or a grandma that's done that. And it's worse with a grandma, because now you've got a grandma that has her favorite perfume, and it's 50 friggin' years old. and she's still using it. And it's sour. It's vinegar. It's not right. There's something wrong. It's fetid. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. People that put so much makeup on that if they do happen to smile, you can see the cracks in it. That's what I'm talking about. Pigpen. That's it. Thanks, Scorpion. That's what I'm talking about. That kind of makeup and that to that extreme, that kind of perfume to that extreme, I don't care for. And I'm so glad that Carol doesn't do that. It isn't because she wouldn't. It's because she's allergic to most of that stuff. She was very allergic to Avon. People would come on with Avon stuff on, and she just couldn't breathe. She'd almost on the ground, choking to death. I mean, is that? Yeah, that's been harvested, right? You get a hug and it rubs off on your clothes. Ew, you smell like your grandma. Anthony, how are you? Anthony's here. Yeah, I almost said something really bad. I'm not going to repeat it. It was a terrible thought. I shouldn't be thinking thoughts like that. Get me in trouble. I kind of wish I had known my grandparents. I didn't know them. They were pretty much gone when I was very, very young because they were old. My dad was the baby of the family. I've said this before. My dad, his closest sibling was 15 years older than he was. So they had their family. And then 15 years later, my dad pops up. So by the time he got old enough to have a family, my grandparents were quite old. And most of them were gone. So I didn't get to know grandparents at all. Consequently, I'm not too fond of old people. I've never been around them. As old people, they smell funny. They gum their food. They're always drooling at the dinner table. I hated going to, when we were kids, I hated going to the smorgasbords. You know, the all-you-can-eat places like the country kitchens and the country buffets. And there used to be one in every town. COVID kind of got rid of those. Because of COVID, we can't have those anymore. You know, because they can't have open food around and stuff like that. You can't have salad bars anymore because you know the only thing you had with a salad bar before was one of those sneeze boards. You know what those are? It's that plastic thing that's about chin high that cover that. Broken. That covers the salad up, so that if you sneeze, it doesn't go down the salad. You can't do that anymore. You can't have food out like that anymore because of COVID. It's just a shame. I loved those places, but I didn't like to go to them because they're always old people. Sunday after church, everybody went to these all-you-could-eat places, and it was all these old people gumming their food, drooling in their plates, and it's like I didn't like old people. I was never around them. I still don't like old people. Somebody said, look in the mirror. I don't have to. I'm not old. Look, you see any wrinkles on me? Well, okay. I did that when I went like that. Okay, everybody has those wrinkles. When I go down, they're not there anymore. I don't have wrinkles. The only thing I notice about getting old now is my voice is not what it used to be. It's not as strong as it was. And I have more of this this phlegmy stuff, especially this time of year. I could just say it's a cultural thing. Not a cultural thing. I could say it's a... I could just tell people I'm Flemish. Why do you... Because I'm Flemish, I have a lot of phlegm. You think that work? Are there any Flemish people anymore? Did they breed themselves out of existence? Are they? Are they all you can eat places? Are they back? I haven't been out to dinner in a long time. All right, I got to fix this up here. You know what I really should do is make this this trailer hold more lime. I can't remember how big it is. It's not very big. Doesn't hold enough. Border Schmords. They're in Texas anyway. You should see me when I go to those places. I'll go up to the place where you get the silverware and the plates. I'll get the biggest plate I can find. They're usually all the same size. You can't get platters. You get a plate. I'll grab a plate, just one, and I'll grab a fork, just one, and I'll head to the mashed potatoes, and I fill the plate with mashed potatoes. I go back to the table, I set that down, I go back, get another plate and a glass, and I'll get my soda, and I'll pick up. I completely pass the salad. Salad's not food. Salad's a promissory note that was telling you that food is coming in a regular restaurant. And so I pass that, and I'll go to the places where they have like the Jello salad, maybe Jello salad, not salad. Jello salad, the pastas, like macaroni salads, the potato salads, those kinds of things. And I just work my way up to the desserts, and then I'll go back and start eating mashed potatoes. You know, they used to have those things where it'd keep the plates warm, and the food warm, as you go down the line. I would take my my hot cross buns. I'd take my buns you get and set them on something that was warm, and then come back and pick it up so it would warm the bun up. Okay, this should be it for liming, I hope. Man, you guys were talking about food. I never do, so it couldn't be me. But I am starving ass hungry now. At 2 o'clock, it is. I can have a Mountain Dew. That'll fill me up. Carol thought that the Mountain Dew Zero was meant that it had 0 calories or 0 sugar. That ain't it. Oh, hell. Do I not have a cold one? Oh, there's one. Never mind. I found one. Is it 0? It is. Look, see, the tab on the top is black. And the green, the one green is so green, it's almost black. Look how dark it is, green. Maybe it is black. Actually, I think it is. I think it's this top part is black. But anyway, there's the full can right there. You got it. My nose is itching. I got too many cups and I used to work for GE, the company, and I had these made, and they're coffee mug mats, and I gave them out to customers. So yeah, I had boxes of these things made. GE was a good company to work for. When I worked for GE, the kids were young, And all three of them needed braces, especially Aaron. Get my fridge closed. Aaron really needed braces because her front teeth, when they started coming in, instead of coming in up and down like this, they were coming in like this instead of that. And she has a very, very narrow palate, and it was pushing her front teeth out. So she really needed braces. So we were able to get braces. Jeff had a weird problem with his palate. You know how your teeth, your molars and stuff, and your teeth will fit. They don't come straight down. They come like that a little bit. His were way off, so he had to have braces. I don't remember Amy that much, what she had problems she had, but we didn't have money for braces. We were just a young couple working our asses off. GE, the insurance that we got from GE was completely paid for by the company, and it included orthodontics. And we spent about 15 grand on each of the kids and didn't cost us a dime. We didn't have a copay of any kind. GE, you just had damn good insurance, and your retirement was all paid for. I worked for GE not very long, but long enough for the kids to get their orthodontics done. That was great. Good. Now what? What was I doing anyway? Oh, I didn't turn the engine off. Now, is this seed? This is seed. Yeah, that's seed. Okay, what about over here? That's seed. And this over here? That's seed. Great. All right, let's go to work. My super green. My super green JCB. Super green. Right. Hey, we had corn in here. Had my zebra cake, poor substitute for pecan pie that I'm smelling. You're smelling the pecan pie. Look, my Mountain Dew don't look like that no more. All right, pecan pie. Okay, I got a question. I don't think that is seeds. I think that's fertilizer. What do you think? I can't remember. Let's find out. Let's find out what it is. Let me open up the tanks and grab some of it and see what gets filled. Nothing's getting filled. Nothing's happening. Why not? I know why. The seeder takes, it's not a seeder, it's a planter. The planter takes liquid fertilizer, and this is not liquid fertilizer. This is granulated, solid fertilizer for fertilizing. All right. Did I plow that cotton field over there? Scorpion said he bought a couple more fields that I don't have, which is not a big deal. He can do what he wants to do because he's a scorpion. I can't remember whether I limed that field over there or not. Bacon pipe. I think maybe I did. No, maybe I didn't. Owned by and fertilized. Owned by me. Why does it not tell me that? Well, it doesn't tell me it's been limed here. It doesn't say that it hasn't been. Well, fine and dandy and fine. Let me get out of here. I want to go check. I want to check the fields down below us here. Okay, we got this nasty tree line in here. Okay, so this one doesn't have any crop on it. I don't own that field. I don't own this field. What is this? This is rye. I didn't know we had rye in this game. Well, I mean, on this farm. I didn't know we had rye. I don't own this one. I should probably buy that one. But let's go down below, take a look. So this one has grass on it. This one was peas. It needs liming. It's got this stupid tree line through it, though, so you can't... Oh, and a pond. Great. Isn't that wonderful? Okay, and then this is sunflowers that are growing. There's no way of knowing which way we are going. He said he plowed these in together. Did you cut the trees down? Because they're separated by stupid trees. And a pond. I think I'm going to buy some rye. What do you think? Can we do that? How do we do that? Go to P for pie. P for pie. Pay for pie. That ain't it. Not P for pie. It's escape for pie. I was talking earlier about me having a good week because Addie's not here and it's so quiet. Unbelievable. We're old people. We need a break once in a while. You know, normal grandparents see their grandkids at birthdays, Christmas, Thanksgiving, and that's it. We see ours every day, every night, and we have to fight them. It's time to take a bath, time to wash your clothes. Have you brushed your teeth? Bring your dirty clothes in because they're all over the house. You know, you left a mess in the kitchen, go clean it up. You know, just, God, it's never ending. Damn kids. 12, 31, and 6. Okay. 12. I don't see 12. There's 31 and 6. I don't see 12. Where's 12? You didn't buy 34? Good Lord, look at the size of some of these things. There's 12. Why'd you buy 12? It's way in the hell up there. What's on 12? 32, rather. Okay. Well, that makes sense. 32, 31, and 6. And you took the trees out, did you? Because you said you plowed them together. How'd you do that if you didn't take trees out? Why in the hell do you have this mess right here in the middle of the field? That's retarded. Who would do that? Crazy people would do that. Let's see. All right, I'm going to check the farmland. We'll check this one. And they only want 121,000. The fields are really reasonable on this map. The trees on the pond and the creek I left. Okay. Right. All right. Right. Well, okay, so this is pretty flat then. You can take these trees out. Did you take this round tree out here? Must have. Must have, eh? Must have, eh? Okay. So I bought the rye. It's mine now. What was that movie? Catcher in the Rye? I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen that. The Catcher in the Rye. I always thought it was some girl running through the field and you caught her. Catch her in the rye. And she's yours. Makes sense to me. All right, gonna have to do this the hard way then, I guess. We just have to do this. Can't be helped. It's the only way to do it. Just can't be helped. Okay, I don't know what the I don't know what to seed. No idea. I guess I could seed rye. Didn't know we had it. Oh, I needed potatoes and beets, right? So, let's see. God, how do I want to do that? How much potatoes? That's not enough. Three. That's grass. I should do maybe 9 in potatoes and 4 into sugar beets. Maybe that might be enough to get me by. I only need to make pig food, right? Okay, so let's run up to 9 and do potatoes. Yeah, Tim's not here to tell us what to plant. Maybe he has a week off for Thanksgiving. Doesn't everybody? You get the day off, don't you, Scorp? So Jeff's client has dialysis on Wednesday and Friday, so he gets Thursday off. Thursday's one of his short days. His long days are 10 to 12 hours. I can't remember. 10 hours, I think. And that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Those are dialysis days for Jeff for taking his client. And he has to drive 85 miles to do it, one way. So it's a long day for him. I'm only worried about the wintertime. Jeff's not the best driver. And I worry about wintertime. Now, when he bought his new car, he bought a new car last summer. And I made sure he bought one that was all-wheel drive. And I'm trying to, he doesn't have the money, but maybe he will have. But we're trying to talk him into buying 4 extra rims for the car and putting studded tires on. That's what we did for our Toyota when we were working. Is potatoes. We bought 4 extra rims. We put studded tires on them, and then in the fall, we would go in and just have them switch the tires out. They would just take those tires off, put those tires on. And then in the spring, we'd do the same thing, take those off, put them on. Because they would charge you for changing the rims and rebalancing the tires. They would charge you more than it would cost you just to buy a new rim and put the tire on it. So that's what we did, because that's the kind of people we are. All right, let's see. What are we doing? We got to do turn the GPS on. Fert, lime, plow, reaper, seed. There we go. Seed. Okay. And then we need to do such as that and turn it on. Says we don't have access to this land. Didn't we just buy this field? Not this field. I'm on the wrong field. How did that happen? Because I was talking. That's what happens. So which field was I trying to do? 9? That field. I'm on the wrong side of the road. Peter, how you doing? Peter. Don't hate me. I forgot your name. I'm terrible with names, and I was talking about you earlier. Nothing bad, talking good stuff. And I couldn't remember your name. I feel so bad. But hey, don't feel bad. I've been married going on 45 years, and I've had to call Carol honey every morning because I can't remember her name when I wake up. Fortunately, I haven't called her anybody else's name. Yeah, I was looking at the badges. Now I can't see them on the chat that I'm reading, but if I look over at the other computer where I've got it running, I can see them. And stuff. It's the Mountain Dew that makes me the way I am. It's the cold Mountain Dew that makes me this way. Two cans of Dew a day, and that's I can't remember. That's a pirate's lot. I can't remember how the song goes now. Darn it! I blew the song. 2 cans of beer a day, and that's all you get. No, I can't remember. Oh, I remember. 2 cans of Dew a day, and that's your bleeding lot. Pirate Shanty, I think, is the name of the song. I can't remember. 2 cans of beer a day, and that's your bleeding lot. All right, what am I doing? Looking for the button. Looking for the button. What happens a lot to me? That's a plus. You understand me well? I'm really bad with names. I always have been. I've known people for 10 and 15 years on a daily basis. And then I changed jobs, and 2 years later, I can't remember their name, and I'll meet them on the sidewalk, and it's just so embarrassing. I met a gal that I knew most of my life on the sidewalk of the big city, and I hadn't seen her in 4 years, or maybe 5 years or so. And I recognized her immediately, and I could not for the life of me remember her name. And she says, "Oh my God, Rudy, how have you been? I haven't seen you for years." And gave me a hug. We're talking, and the only thing going through my mind is, "Who in the hell is this?" And I couldn't remember. And so I thought, "Oh, I know how to do it. I pulled one of my business cards out of my pocket, and I said, "Would you write your phone number down so that your name and phone number down so I can put this in my Rolodex, because I want to keep in touch with you." And she pulls back from me and looks me square in the face, says, "You forgot my name, didn't you?" And I said, No, it's not that. I just couldn't remember how to spell it." "You don't remember how to spell Smith?" And I said, "Well, I didn't know if there was an E on the end." And she said, "Oh, now you're really pushing it," she said. And I got caught. She caught me immediately. And I was so embarrassed. It was just awful. But yeah, I've never been real good with names. Never. And one of the problems is that in most of my jobs, business is kind of a funny thing. Most people think that you start a job and you're there for 50 years and you retire. When you're in any kind of business, if your objective is to become the owner or the boss, or be the manager, the boss, you most often have to be mobile, which means you need to be willing to move, because jobs come up and they say, "Okay, we've got a job. It's a better job than you're doing. It's a bigger office. It's more responsibility, but you have to go 500 miles to do it. Okay, fine, I'm out of here. So, as every job I've had to work my way up. And as working my way up, I'm also moving a lot. So, I would meet people in different towns, and it's kind of weird. I would meet people that by characteristics or physicality, they would remind me of a different person. Sometimes they would actually look like the other person. Sometimes they would act like the other person in their characteristics and stuff. And it became very confusing. I would meet somebody at a movie theater and they would say, "Hi, how are you? Haven't seen you in a while. Hope your family's well, blah, blah, blah." And Carol would turn and say, "Who was that?" And I said, "I don't know." I said, "I remember who she is, but I don't remember whether I knew her from Nacelle or from Ilwaco or where. I can't remember." Oh, I didn't put seeds in. No wonder it's not working. So that's kind of tough. It's bad enough that I can't remember names and things, but when I see people and can't remember where I knew them from, it was really bad. Ran out of potatoes. I ran out of taters. Thanks, Peter. So busted, yeah. Yeah, she busted mine. Busted me all over the place, man. "You forgot my name, didn't you?" And I thought, "Oh no, she knows." I should have been honest with her and just said, "Yeah, that's why I always liked you. You were so smart. You're smarter than me." It's starting to warm up in here. The computers are warming the room up. I still have the window open. You know how cold air comes in and goes to the floor? My feet are kind of cold, but this wool shirt's pretty hot. I might have to shed the shirt, and then I only have a t-shirt on instead of a nice shirt. I'll always worry about the t-shirts because what if it's something that's copyrighted? You know what I mean? So that's why I don't like wearing t-shirts. No, I can't get that shanty song out of my head. 2 cans of beer a day, and that's your whatever. And that's your bleeding lot. That's how you know you're in England, because everything's bloody. That guy bloody died. He's been bloody buried. He had a bloody shirt on. What? Yeah. Was he eating a pie with meat in it? Because there's something wrong with them. Those people are crazy, eating pies with meat in them. And putting milk in tea, that's terrible. That's just awful. Why would you do that? It's just disgusting. That's what people say about Americans. You put cheese on your hamburger? I wonder if that's why they call him a cheeseburger. Cheeseburger in Paradise. Remember that song? Thank you, Peter. Thanks, Peter. I appreciate it. There it is. There's Scrooge. Scrooge McDuck. I'm surprised I get people from Europe to watch me because I'm so mean to them. Not really. I love them. I had a friend of mine that had an accent, and I can't remember where he was from, Norway or Finland or something like that, and had quite the accent. And he told me, he said, "Yeah, I worry that that I'm going to lose business because of the fact I'm a foreigner." I said, "Are you kidding? You're in America. People love accents. You're going to be beating people away." Because we were doing the same job. We were both selling life insurance at the time, independently. It was our own business. We had our own business. He had his business. I had mine. But we worked kind of as a partnership. So it worked kind of weird. We kind of worked in tandem. Because I would say, "Look, I've got somebody that I know is probably going to be a good sale, but I can't get there. Can you take it for me?" And he'd say, "Yeah." And he'd do the same for me. And, because we were trying to cover a large area. And so, but anyway, I told him, I said, "You're crazy. You're going to be beating people away because of your accent." He was tall and slim and very good looking and had a foreign accent. And I said, "You're going to be beating people away." And he like doubled his clients to me. I mean, it was funny. He thought it was going to be a deficit for him. And I said, "You're crazy. That's going to be a selling point, man." You're American, put cheese on everything. I salt and pepper everything. I use more pepper than I do salt. People will walk behind me and say, "My God, you use so much pepper, your food is black." Well, that's my version of salt. My doctor says I can't have salt. And the food tastes funny without seasoning, so pepper's my new salt. If I put enough pepper on there, I can taste it for sure. And that kind of stuff. Mary Doyle. Thank you, Mary. I appreciate it. And Winnie the Pooh appreciates it too. Cody's a sponsor. Go Winnie the Pooh. He's looking for a jar of honey. I'm horrible. Kevin, thank you. Peter's gifting people. Thank you, Peter. Firefighter, I remember Firefighter Jay. How you been? He doesn't come in the chat very often. He didn't very often. But I remember the name. Damothy. Thank you. Peter's pretty good. Thank you, Peter. I appreciate it. I really do. I don't know how any of that stuff works, so I'll appreciate it anytime somebody makes it work for me. All right, potatoes are coming to an end. Then the next thing is beets. Beets. I hate doing beets. I need Bill here to do beets for me. Yeah, Peter, thank you very much. I'll never forget your name again. I have to remember people's names by making stuff up. Well, that sounds weird, doesn't it? I'll give you an example. There was a guy come in my office quite often, and his name was Noah. And so I got to thinking in my mind about him having an ark and pets with him. And so I could remember his name was Noah. I had to do things like that. There was a guy, his name was Boger. And so the way I remembered it was Booger. So I'd have to be careful not to call him Mr. Booger. All right, now what other field was I going to do for beets? Was it this center one here, I think? So now I have to change to beets. Uh-oh, I went too far. Not radishes. I hate those things. Beets. Right. Let's fill it up again. Fill it up again. There we go. There we go. All right, start it up, drop it like it's hot, and off we go. Noah the boat dude, yeah. Booger, the booger man. He was a nice guy. Don't you feel sorry for some people that have strange names like Lipschitz? Wouldn't you? How'd you like to go through your life as Ruby Lipschitz? What? That would be awful. What was that one politician's name? Wiener? His name was Wiener? And then he ended up taking pictures of his, you know what, and mailing them to women. That was weird. I never did understand that. What happened? It's not planting. Oh, I picked it up. Here we go. Lori put a little picture of a booger on her screen. I can't see what it is. It looks like one of those little brown turds. What is that, Lori? I can't see it. Lori hates me. There's always Ivor headache. Oh, yeah. Those was like those sayings that I used to do, like under the bleachers by... Oh, God, now I can't think of the name, what it was. Oh, yeah. Under the Bleachers by Seymour Butts. And then Yellow River by I Pee Freely. Oh, is that a monkey? I can't see it. The chat window that I use is very small, and it's over on a different computer, so I have a little bit of trouble. I appreciate it, Lori. I have to have somebody that likes me. Andy's my Jiminy Cricket. Scorpion is... Scorpion, you know, it used to be that they would have these cartoons or TV shows where there'd be a little devil on your left shoulder and a little angel on your right shoulder, and they'd be talking in your ear, and it was a comedy skit of some kind. I remember seeing it a couple times. But Scorpion is that little devil on my left side whispering in my ear. Andy's the little angel, or Lori is. Keeping me straight. Lori's my Geppetto. No, what's that little cricket guy? Jiminy Cricket. Lori's my Jiminy Cricket. Keeping me on the straight and narrow. Did they change beets so that it doesn't empty the planter as fast as it used to? They must have. Before, I'd make one pass and it would be empty. Oh, I have a personal question. Um, what the hell is that, Scorpion? Uh, I made, I made me my camera. I made it bigger. Is it too big? Is my Does this camera like make my head look big? I was watching somebody else, and their camera took up almost a quarter of the page, and I thought, wow, that's really a lot of them. And I thought, well, maybe mine's too small, and so I increased the size a little bit. It's not too big. Is my head floating away like in the Macy's parade? There'd be little people with strings holding my head down. Now, here's the funny thing. Because of my face, I've always had big cheeks, right? And because of that, people think I have a big head. I don't. When it comes to hat size, I have a hard time getting a hat small enough to fit my head. My head is, like that top hat I'm wearing. To find one that fit, I had to get the smallest one I could find. I don't have a big head. It's just that because my face is fat, it makes me look like I've got a big head. And maybe because of the way I talk, people say, my God, if your head gets any bigger, it's going to roll across the highway and take out a couple of cars. Just kidding. You know what the good thing about getting old is? Well, no, maybe it's a good thing. Yeah, maybe it is. One of the good things about getting old is that your brain, you don't feel old. You don't, well, unless you get a disease or something, like dementia of some kind. But I feel like I'm in my 20s and 30s. I feel young. I don't feel old. And some days when I get up, I think, this isn't right. Why does everything hurt this morning? It doesn't feel right. It didn't hurt 10 years ago. That's kind of a nice thing that God does for you. It keeps your mind, hopefully, if you, like I said, if you don't get some kind of disease or dementia or something like that, on a general rule of thumb, at least you stay young at heart, as they say. When I used to hear that, oh, he's young at heart, I always thought it's not the heart they're talking about. It's the way you feel about yourself. It's your brain, basically. But they always had that tied to your heart for whatever reason. I don't know what I'm doing with this cedar. I'm going all over the place. Yeah, I have to laugh at people my age that don't know how to turn a computer on. I thought, what? Or people at my age that think there's something wrong with playing video games. Are you kidding? I've never had the problem because Carol actually enjoys that I do this kind of thing because she says that keeps you young. Your brain's always, you're always doing something with your brain. You're learning how to fly a 757 airline. If you've ever played the flight simulators, they're not that easy. It's not that easy to do. I mean, you have to start learning a lot of stuff, elevations and wind currents, and a lot of stuff. There's a lot to it, and if you watch some of my videos on that, you'll see there's a million buttons up there, and they all do something, and you got to know what they're doing. And so Carol gets excited when I do that because she says, it's keeping you young, it's keeping your brain working. And then you're killing yourself with Mountain Dew. I have to have something. Come on. I don't smoke. I don't drink. I don't chase women. I gotta have something. A little soda once in a while. My doctors don't like it. They don't want me drinking it, but I gotta have something I enjoy. What's the point of life if you can't enjoy something, you know? It is hard work, Craig. It really is. I can give you an example. If you really watch some of the videos, or if you don't, I can tell you. You get to the airport and you jump in your 747, let's say, or your Airbus 320, and about an hour later, you're ready to take off. There's so much stuff to do. You have to go over charts. You have to set your course. You have to know how much fuel to use. There's calculations you need to make. If you're actually doing it correctly, you could be on the tarmac for an hour preparing your ship, your airplane, for even a shortest trip. You know, people don't realize you don't go to an airplane and just fill it up with fuel and expect it to go. It doesn't work that way. You have to calculate. You have to calculate how many suitcases you got on board, what do they weigh, how many passengers you're going to have, and the average weight, well, how many miles, what altitude are you going to fly, because the reason why these jet planes fly so high is because the air's thinner and it takes less fuel to fly through the thin air. That's why they fly that height. So, but you have to know all of that and calculate how much fuel is it going to take you to get from point A to point B. Cheers, Scorp. You have to calculate all of that weight, the drag, the air currents, the altitude you're going to be flying. Those are all calculations you have to make. And so it takes you an hour or so to get the plane just ready to take off. Then on top of that, you have to do the flying. Granted, the plane does a lot of the flying for you, especially nowadays. There's a lot of computers and stuff on the planes, and they do a lot of autopilot and stuff like that. The planes will do an awful lot for you, but here's the thing. You have to be there in case something goes wrong with the electronics, or something goes wrong with the plane, or the weather changes, or something changes. You have to be there, and you can't have been sleeping. You have to be aware of everything at all times, so that when something does happen, you're prepared for it. If you're just reading a book back there, and then all of a sudden something happens that's not right, you're going to be in trouble if you don't know what's going on with your plane. So you pretty much have to be working in your mind and on the charts and watching the fuel, and watching what's the air current doing. Are you in turbulence? You have to be aware of that at all times, because if something happens, you need to be able to take that plane over and take care of what's going on. So you can't, even though the planes are fairly easy to fly once you get up in the air, you still have to be aware of everything and keep up with it all. So it's constant. You're constantly adjusting this and that, and looking at that, doing calculations. It's quite interesting. I need to get back at it. Carol asked me why I stopped flying. I said, well, because I've been busy with all this other crap. What's the weather doing? Along with the fact that you can't just fill it up. As a matter of fact, there are times when you get to an airport and you get in your plane and you put in your flight plan and stuff, and you call for fuel. There are times when you have too much fuel already on your plane, and they have to suck some out. They do that. So that happens quite often. That you're actually reducing your fuel out of your plane. The other thing is you need to know where you're going, how you're going to get there, what route you're taking, what restrictions there are, because over every place that you fly, they may have their own air restrictions. So you may be flying over a town in the United States, and they don't want you going any lower than a certain height or higher than a certain height. You're restricted on your height. You're restricted on your speed. There's a lot of restrictions that you're constantly changing as you're flying from over town to town. And you need to be aware of all of that. You need to be aware that in 50 miles, you're going to have to come down 500 feet or 1,000 feet or 2,000 feet or whatever the case may be. When you figure out your flight plan, as I'm going to be going from Texas to Florida, okay, so you got to figure all that route out, how you're going to get there, what heights you're going to fly, when you're going to be going up and down, what if you have to fly around weather. So you're watching weather. Okay, what if the weather changes on me? You need to have a flight plan that says, okay, if the weather changes on me there, I need to go over here, or I need to go up over it, or I need to go underneath it. So you have to be prepared for that and have that planned out. The other thing, what happens if you get to your destination and the weather is so bad that you can't land, but you only have a certain amount of fuel? You can't fly around all damn day waiting for the weather to change. So what they do is they plan on enough fuel to make, say, 3 times around. So you do what they call a go round. So you're coming in for a landing, and you get to the point where you say to the ground crew, I can't see the airport. If you can't see the airport at a certain height, you're required to pull up and go around. You have to be able to see the airport. And so if it's really foggy and you only have enough fuel calculated to do 3 times that go round, you have to have then made a flight plan to a secondary airport that is clear, that the weather is good. So you have a tertiary airport that is in your plan, so that if something goes wrong and you can't land in Florida at the airport you want to land at, you have a secondary one that's already planned out. So all you have to do is say, I'm going to go around. Okay, this is my second time. I still can't see the airport, so I'm taking off to the other airport. And you switch your route and off you go, and land at a different airport that the weather's good enough to land at. All of that has to be anticipated. So yeah, Craig says it's a lot of work. It is. It's a lot of work. But I think that's what makes it kind of fun. You get that's what I enjoyed about this farming game is I'd get home from work. I had people laughing at me. You're farming? You just worked at work all day. You come home and you're going to work some more? And it's what's a game? But I can tell you, though, there's a lot of times that as I was farming, when I got finished with a field and I took the tractor and the piece of equipment into the farm and looked at the clock and it's time to go to bed, you'd have that feeling that you accomplished something, even though it's just a game. I felt good about getting the crop off. It's the same thing with flying that airplane. When you land that plane and all the passengers get off and they're deboarding and all that kind of stuff, you just feel like you accomplished something. You know, I didn't kill anybody today. Talking about planes, there's a comedian, Rob Schneider. I don't know if you know who he is. He played, what was that, Gigolo or Digolo, or I can't remember the name of it. He's played in a lot of movies. He's a comedian. He was talking about, I think it was United Airline president of the United Airline. The president got up at a addressing, the people of the company, that their focus for new pilots this year is going to be on diversity. And Rob Schneider says, what? You're not going to pick the best pilots that have the best records that have never crashed a plane? That's not how you're choosing your pilots? What? You're choosing them of what color they are? Sounds crazy. And that's the thing about comedy, though. If you see in the newspaper the next day that that a comedian told a joke, and you read the joke in the newspaper, it isn't the same as if you're sitting in the audience listening to the joke be told. Sometimes when you read it, oh my God, that's not funny. He said that? Well, he did, but it was a joke. And he set it up. He set the joke up. But when you actually read the joke, it's not always funny. It'd be hard to be a comedian. He was talking about the Oscars, why there's never been a comedy that's won an Oscar. And he says it's kind of funny too, because the actors that are giving out the awards at the Oscars are always trying to tell jokes. You know, they're always trying to be funny, but you've never seen an Oscar, a comedy win an Oscar. And he said comedies are harder to do than dramatic roles. Yeah, it's harder to be funny. Anybody can cry on camera, be all sad and shit. But anyway, I thought it was interesting. Did I plant this already? I did. This is one I just did. This is beets, right? Beets. I don't know what to plant now. I can't help myself. Peter, thank you very much again. All right, Peter, thanks for stopping by, and thanks for all that you've done. I appreciate the support. Thank you very much. Deuce Bigelow, that's what I was trying to think of. Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's part Asian. I don't know if they call them. Are you supposed to say Asian anymore? I never know how to do that. Oriental. They used to say Oriental when I was a kid, but you can't do that anymore. They're not from the Orient, so. So you can't call them Orientals anymore, because we used to say that. Didn't know any better. As far as I knew, somebody from Finland was from the Orient. I don't know. I don't even know where Finland's at. It's over there somewhere. I just remember the two neighbors were always sit out in the front porch together. They were friends, supposedly. Every day you'd walk by. Oh, you're just a Swede with his brains knocked out. Oh, you're just a Norwegian with your brains knocked out. And they would do that all day long. Just pick at each other. Like they hated each other. And they were best friends. Old people. What are you going to do? I'm wasting time now, aren't I? I don't know what to do. I can't start a new field. I don't have time. I still got $1 million. Let's go. Hey, I forgot. I was doing grass. I got grass to do. But I was going to check. Let's check and see about these fields down here. What did they cost? That one's a pretty good size one. This one looks interesting to me about taking those trees out. And this one, what is that one? Farmland. Let's look at farmland and look at 30. It sells for, oh my God, it's cheap as all hell. I can actually afford that. That means I can afford that one too. Right? And I still got 900,000. That's only $210,000. What? Okay, now I'm copying Scorpion now. Let's get down there and see what kind of crops we have, if any. Okay, there's no crops on this one. Peas were harvested. This one, somebody pissed on this field, but they already picked up all the peas, so. Okay, 31. Was that? That's not my field anyway. This one is. Okay, this one's got sunflowers on it. And I got to get rid of all those trees. How'd you get rid of those trees? Did you cut them all down with a machine? Scorpion. This one has sugar. Oh my God. This one's got sugar beets on it. You aren't copying if it is a good idea. Yeah. Well, there's no reason to reinvent the wheel, right? Isn't that an old saying? It's probably true. Probably. And we got some more rye now. Okay. Fine. Used F12 to delete each tree. Are you kidding me? You did? Oh my God. Wouldn't it be easier to get that thing and cut them down? Holy smokes. Look at all the... Here's what he's talking about he's doing. Go to F12 there. Let's see. What was it? Remove money. That's not it. Delete objects. Is that it? Was that it? And then you have to point at something. Type tree. I can't remember how to do it. Oh no. I can't remember how to do it. I can't remember. There it went. Okay. So as you move around, look in the lower right-hand corner right below me here, and you'll see there's nothing there. If I come to a tree, the label will pop up. So let's find a tree. There's one, I think. So you just move around. Well, I got my speed boots on, no wonder. There. See, it shows up, says American Elm. There. Then you hit delete, and it's gone. All right. So does the rest of it plow up? If it doesn't show up as a tree, does it plow up? There's a tree. All right. Delete. There's a tree. Delete. Okay, maybe it wouldn't be so bad if it's these bushes, I think, probably just come up, I suppose. No. American Elm. Delete. Oh, yeah. That's going to take for friggin' ever. Pardon my friggin' French. I asked that question one time, never did get an answer. Do people from France cuss a lot? So why do they always say, oh, pardon my French? Is it people from France cuss? And they have such a beautiful language that you don't know they're cussing at you? French is the language of love. Really? I thought potatoes were the language of love. I love my potatoes. Mashed. I love mashed taters. I make mashed tater sandwiches. Tell you what. And you get in here, I'm lost. I don't know which direction I'm moving or anything. This is terrible. I'm lost. Running through the jungle. Whoop. I saw something. Wait a minute. There. There's birds in here. I can hear them chirping. There's a tree. Am I making any headway? Does all this stuff plow under? I can't tell whether I'm making any headway or not. 3 trees that wouldn't delete. They are lowered in the ground. Oh. What'd you do with them then? All right. Hey, guess what? I've dinked around long enough. It's after 3 o'clock. So I'm going to call it a day, guys. Again, I won't be here on Thanksgiving. I'll be eating myself to death. And I hope you will be too. Eating good food, having a good time with family. Spend as much time with family as you can. You can't ever get that back. Enjoy each other, even if you hate each other. And I don't know. I might see you. Since I can't do Thursday, I might do Friday or maybe Saturday. Come in with one. We'll see. And in the meantime, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. I love you guys. I'm praying for every one of you. Have a good Thanksgiving. Enjoy your families. Ta-ta for now. You're going to make me cry.